to leave it right there. Respect, honesty, and positivity. If you treated everyone in your family like that, then your family would be a much better family because of you. Now here's a trick question. What about when people in your family don't treat you with respect, honesty, and positivity? Then what? Still respect them.
Yeah.
Respect them. Amen. You don't ever stop just because somebody might not treat you with the same respect that you want to get. That's when you become the bigger man of the situation. That's when you become the bigger king of the situation. Very good. Next word, security. It says the state of being free from danger or threat. How many of y'all make sure that wherever you at, the women around you, your mother, your grandmother, your sister, that everybody gonna feel safe and secure? Raise your hand. Yeah. Me and his friend have been knowing each other since we was 5 years old in New Orleans growing up. My little sister went to school with us. Couldn't nobody mess with my sister. And even though we not blood, that's my family. So if anybody messed with my sister and I wasn't around, we took care of that for her. That's what security is all about. That's what security is all about. How many of y'all feel safe and secure when you're in this room right now? That's what I want to know. How many of the young kings feel safe and secure? Good. Because the OGs, the wise kings, we're not going to let anything happen to y'all. Right. We're not even going to let you feel played or disrespected by anybody. You're supposed to be all love in here. One more. All right. Number 13. Provider. I love this one. A person or a thing that provides something. What's something that you can provide that will make your life and make people's life around you better? Yes. Money. You can provide money. Amen. Instead of making a bunch of money just to blow it on yourself, when you make money and you provide, that's when you make other people's lives better.
Yeah, teach that.
What's something else you can provide? Love. Amen. That is
Good afternoon, Kings. My name is Kareem. Now going number 14.
Yep, that's you.
Gotta be priest. A religious leader authorized to perform the sacred rituals of a religion, especially as a mediatory agent between people and one or more deities. The explanation I got for priests. Now I don't really the religious part. I'm not really gonna get into, but being a priest.
That's the definition.
Okay, cool. Like me being the priest in my house is like it's for me to learn. It's for me to learn and teach how to survive, not on the outside. But in the spirit, I ain't gonna even say in the spiritual, but through all my experiences. Because like in my household, like my children, they don't have the experiences that the adults have. Like me, I got the experience. I know how to work these things. That's just like with a preacher. When they preach to everybody, they preach it to a way that they know how to work it, and they're trying to teach you how to work it so it can work for you in a positive way, so you can like move forward. And you're gonna go through some stagnation in life or whatever, but you're gonna work through that. So in my household, like my thing is like being punctual, being on time. That's one of my things. But I do preach. I do have a higher power. We do have a higher power in our household. Okay. We can never put a thing on it. The higher power that's in our household is like love, respect, tenderness, discipline.
All right, which is our next word. We moving on.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up?
Good afternoon.
You got this one.
I'm Charles. I'm going to discuss discipline. It says the practice of training people to obey rules or a code of behavior, using consequences to correct disobedience. Now, discipline. Every last one of these older guys in here, they didn't get their success by being undisciplined. But before they got to this point, either through themselves or somebody else, they had to discipline them. They had to find it somehow. And it says right here, using consequences and correct to correct disobedience. So my kids following me disobedience, first I established the rule. And I say, this is what is expected of you. And when they break it, I say to them again. If you understand the rule, you say it to them again. And the third time, they break the rule, then I have to go into punishment.
Okay.
You know, you can't do things, or you can't go places, and you can't enjoy yourself as much as you want to. So that's it.
All right. And you want to do one more. What's the next one?
Loving. Warm affection.
All right, run that one back. Loving. Warm affection.
Warm affection.
Yes. And so, kings, we don't really learn warm affection. Okay? That's not something that is resounding in our lives. Okay? A lot of times our fathers don't necessarily even know how to bring that to us. And then a lot of times it's us, we look at it as something that maybe even compromises our sexuality and things of that nature when we hug and are warm with our brothers. But at the end of the day, we are the only people that are experiencing what we experience. We're an endangered species. And all endangered species that you learn about in science get together. They get closer. They get more focused on the tribe. So warm affection is what we want to be able to offer you guys at every point at BBA. Thank you so much, King. Yes. Number 17.
17, peaceful. My name is B with the Be Aware Foundation. We're going to do peaceful. Free from disturbance, tranquility, chilling out, relaxing like my man said.
Yeah.
Tapping in. Next, long suffering. Having or showing patience in spite of troubles, especially those caused by other people.
All right.
No.
Yeah, elaborate. Just share some of your personal touch on
Long
it.
suffering.
Yeah, come off the joint for that. Get that one up. Get that one up. Right there.
I'm very impatient, but one thing that business and life will teach you, when it's time to sit down, it's going to be time to sit down.
Yeah.
God going to make you sit down. The police going to make you sit down. Your mama, your daddy going to make you sit down. Something in life is going to make you sit down. So before something makes you sit down and relax, like my man was talking about. Cut the volume down, tighten up, focus up, get your mind frame right. Don't waste time playing around, man, because like my man Craig said, you might not be here next week. You might not be here next week. Tighten up, young king. Tighten up.
Tighten up.
Ambitious. Having or showing a strong desire and determination to succeed. You have to want this as bad enough that you want to eat, sleep, and breathe. Your goals and dreams, they are going to come true. But you got to have the patience. You got to have the wherewithal. You have to see it through. Agency. I work for an agency, Atlanta Technical College, and the Goodwill Program, a business or organization established to provide a particular service, typically one that involves organizing transactions between two parties. And with agencies. Agencies are here for you. I want you to share, just repeat after me. Help.
Help.
You have help in this room. Every wise king in this room have agencies, have organizations, someone you can always call on and depend on. So no need for you to say, I don't know, or I need some help, because every brother in this room is an agency.
All right, perfect.
Mentor.
We're going to move around. So, actually, Mike, what you got? 21 and 22. All right.
Mentor, an experienced and trusted advisor. So if it's one advice I would give to everyone in here, get you a mentor, then get you another mentor, then get you another mentor.
Yeah.
I like to tell
That's
people
wise
that
right there.
I have a personal board of directors. And that all means that I have different people in my life, some of which are as young as I am, who I go to for different advice. Right? So the spiritual person, the person that talks about health and fitness, the person that is always on their grind about their money, right? The people I invest with. So make sure you have mentors in your life. Another thing, relatedly, sponsors. People People talk about mentors. Those are people you go to, give you advice, give you counsel. You need a sponsor. A sponsor is someone who will make it happen. And some of the people in the room here, they can be your sponsor. They could make a call. They could get you that interview. You need mentors, but you also need sponsors. So, visionary. It's so funny that I saw this word and I was talking to Daniel about visionary. They have a personality test called Brigmeyer. And I took that personality test when I was becoming an executive. I'm a lawyer. And the score I got was ENTP. That happens to be visionary. And it means someone who is knowledgeable, someone who is charming, friendly, but also is thinking about the future in a smart and strategic way, right? So latch on, when I talk about mentors and sponsors, latch on to people who are visionary, people who are seeing into the future, right? So they're preparing, they're planning, right? They have big ideas, but more importantly, they have plans to execute on those big ideas. So so when I hear you talk, I see a visionary. When I hear him talk, I see a visionary. So I hear a lot of people in here. Those are visionaries because they're thinking about the future and how they're going to get it. So that's all I have to say to you guys, but good luck.
Yeah, that's a good one.
If that's all right, everybody, how you doing? My name is Kevin Dormal, author and mentor. The word is responsible. Having an obligation to do something or having control over or care for someone as part of one's job or role. Being the primary cause of something and so able to be blamed or credited for it. Involving important duties, independent decision making, control over others. Now, I just became a new father. I have two-month-old and so, for example, I have a small business, and when I'm making money, I have to be responsible not to, blow my money on clothes or tools or something. I gotta put that money aside for my daughter, for a scholarship. That's a huge responsibility. And if you guys are big brothers or big brothers, fathers, all right. So you got to be responsible for your little brother and sister, right? You got to, protect them, be responsible, make sure they're eating, doing their homework, etc. So I'll get that one. Accountable. Required or expected to justify actions or decisions. Responsible. That's not the same thing.
No, they're not. Nothing is the same. So look, accountable, required or expected to justify actions or decisions. And then the word responsible is below. And so those words I would say are cousins. Okay? Because you can be responsible and be accountable, or you can be one or the other. Okay? And so accountable is what we look at when we look at the justice system. When you actually commit a crime, and you get caught, then they're going to hold you accountable for your actions. Okay? And so I think that's a key, because for us, we know that we have to hold ourselves accountable. Okay? To a higher level of thought, a higher level of perspective, to a higher level of everything.
That's your word.
That's your word.
Real quick, if we just look at the word responsible as opposed to, so you want to be responsible and not reactive. Okay? All the time something happens and what we do, we react. Right? But when there's a system in place, we're not reacting. If there's a fire, we know we're not reacting to the fire, we respond to the fire. As parents, as big brothers, as siblings, as educators, we respond to crisis. We don't react to crisis. Now, accountable, look at accountable. What word do you hear in accountable? Account. You want to be able to give an account. Now, like the King James said, now, when you go to court, they're going to hold you accountable because they expect you to be able to respond to what happened. Give an account. Now you may not have done it. You didn't rob the bank. But because you drove the car, you have to be able to give an account of the role that you played and what happened. That makes sense? Mm-hmm. Now, you to be able to give an account of what happened, but you may not be responsible.
Nice.
So Danny might be responsible, but you're accountable because you were there. You were a witness. You were a witness. So people are holding you accountable because we know you tell the truth. These other brothers, they don't tell the truth.
Hey,
so we're not going to hold them accountable. We're going to hold you accountable.
All right.
I tell the truth.
Trustworthy.
For the camera, I tell the truth. Come sit by the lawyer, man. I tell the truth.
Trustworthy, able to be relied on as honest or truthful. I like the fact that they came right after accountable.
Yeah.
You know, and that, I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. But what I see with trustworthy is me and my brothers have a business that we run together. We do a lot of, we first cousins, but we brothers.
That's it right there.
You know what I mean? And it's a lot of y'all, you know what I mean, that will become brothers, but you got to find somebody that's trustworthy, somebody that can hold you accountable, but somebody that you can also trust to handle things. While you're not there, I'm sure y'all find each other accountable, but also trustworthy. If he ain't there, you know he got it. You can trust him. If there's money coming through that account and some of it is going out, you know that you can trust him to do the right thing with it. So while y'all are developing and building with people, find somebody that you can find trustworthy. He got somebody that's trustworthy. You ain't got to worry about what he's going to do with your sister. He's protecting your sister. You know what I mean? Find somebody that you can find trustworthy, that you can put things in their hands.
All right.
Spiritual?
Yep.
All right, spiritual. Recognition of a feeling or sense or belief that there is something greater than myself. Something more to being human than sensory experience, and that greater whole of which we are a part is cosmic or divine in nature. I love that because I feel like I live a full-on spiritual experience. There's things going on that's beyond me. I think about things. I am a visionary. I see things, but I know that there's a greater power that's existing within me and outside of me that is helping me to reach these things. So when he said you got to get down on your knees, some of us meditate, some of us pray. Whatever your spiritual practice is, know that there is something beyond you that is helping you, that is within you to get you to the next level. Whatever your spiritual experience is. You need me to hit that next one?
No, we good. We got some other things.
Bet.
Good morning, brothers. I'm happy to be here once again.
Peace, King Eric.
Peace. 27, a leader. A person who commands a group, organization, or a country. Oftentimes you'll hear about a leader. A leader is very important for any organization, any committee, household. And this person usually has the responsibility of guiding that group or organization. Some of the words that were on here that they mentioned earlier about respect, I'm not sure if they mentioned obedience. Those are critical in order for the leaders to be successful. A lot of times we focus on the leader, but never underestimate the importance of being a follower. A leader is nothing without followers. So, understanding whether your role is a leader or a follower, you are a very critical part to the success of the organization or the group.
Perfect. Thank you so much, King.
Reliable. Consistently good in quality or performance, able to be trusted. Reliable, I would say, can be associated with this organization, BBA. If you attend this organization consistently, what you will find here is that we will be reliable. We need the young kings to be reliable, and we need the wise kings to be reliable, and that will contribute to the success of this organization.
Yeah.
The next word.
29. Honorable.
Honorable. Who wants to do honorable? You want to do honorable, King? Yeah, step on in the loop.
So appreciate it, ready.
honorable, deserving of respect, having or showing honesty in good moral character, fair and proper, not deserving blame or criticism. Honorable for me is even getting up here and reading. That's one of the most terrifying things that I do because I was born with dyslexia and ADHD. I've been terrified since we talked about reading, but
it's all right.
No matter your fears, you gotta stand and lean into it. And when you do that,
Yeah.
crushing that fear.
That's good.
Crushing that fear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's good. Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, and so honorable and reliable, those are like key ingredients to manhood.
Right.
Okay? Like those are major key alerts. Okay? To be reliable. Okay? Like when you think about the NBA, all right? I can give you an example of somebody who's considered reliable, and that would be LeBron James. Okay? LeBron James, no matter what's going on at his house, no matter what's going on the court, we know LeBron's going to give us 25. He's going to give us at least 5 assists, and he's going to give us at least 5 rebounds. So when I look at what my team is going to do, and I know LeBron's shooting up, I'm going to get 25 from a dude. I'm going to give him 5 assists, and I know I'm going to give him 5 rebounds. And that's what it means to be reliable. Like I know who you are, and I know what I'm going to be able to get from you. And the more honorable and the more reliable you are, I promise you, the more opportunities will flow to you.
Yes, sir.
Everybody wants to be around people that are honorable and reliable. So never let those words be outside of what describes you.
Yes.
All right. So Rudy, you want to do number 30?
He had a number he wanted to do, bro. Peace, Kings.
Peace.
Integrity. The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral rightness, the state of being whole and undivided. If you saw a wallet laying on the ground with $1,000, who would keep it or who would turn it in? Raise your hand.
I mean, I gotta look and see if it's a white dude wallet, like, you know what I'm saying?
I got the driver's license.
White wallet.
So right after I asked that question, whatever you felt internally, that shows the level of your integrity. Whatever you felt, you didn't have to raise your hand and say anything. If you're at a red light and no one's around, and are you gonna run it?
Right.
Whatever you feel right now, that shows the level of your integrity.
Wow.
The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles. It doesn't matter what we think. It doesn't matter if you raise your hand and you really would do it or you really would. It don't matter. It only matters with where you are. Because when it comes to integrity, if you develop a strong integrity right now, that is what's going to determine the future of your success, the future of your faithfulness to your wife, to your children. If your son or your daughter wants you to make it to the sports event, if they say, you know what, my dad has shown me his integrity since I was born. You're showing up at day one. My son is 7 years old, and he can tell you at his age now that I've always been there. I lost my father at 19 years old, but my father had strong enough integrity to be there for all those 19 years. And now that I'm 29, 10 years later, I was able to just live up to whatever amount of integrity he had.
Good.
Follow?
Yes, sir.
So young team, start asking your question every day. Jim Rohn said discipline is all about the small daily disciplines that you do every day. The small things. How you are with some things, you are with everything. So start with your integrity, and you'll wake up, make your bed. You'll go in the morning, you'll call your mom, tell her you love her. You'll see your children when you have them. They'll see you kiss your wife if you get married. All right. So I'll do that.
Big if.
I just want to touch real quick on the second. Go ahead, man, I was invited by my friend. I didn't really want to coattail my man just saying, man. I'm from New Orleans, brother. I'm from New Orleans, brother. And I really want y'all the dudes to really understand what I'm about to say, bro. Y'all dudes in there 15, 14, 16 to 21, bro. And I'm watching what y'all say, John. I'm listening to all y'all what y'all want to see or want to do. Y'all know the little dudes in my city, bro, right now, 14, 15, bro. They jacking cars from gas stations. They toting AR-15s, handguns, and they getting them they dirty guns, and they y'all age, bro, and they killing. Dudes my age, I'm 37.
Dudes my age afraid of dudes y'all age. Yeah. And they, in my city, they not trying to help them and be like it for these dudes that's trying to be it for y'all. Yeah. They forgetting their guns like, man, I can't, this little 15-year-old dude run up and try to get my car and shoot it. Not let me go grab his brother and try to give him some love and some knowledge or show him some integrity. Oh. Man, it's a powerful word, God. You heard me? Yeah.
So, I had a story about integrity, but I'll tell her that. I don't know if I'm really
If it was Commissioner Crosby, Wallet, he wouldn't even miss that $1,000.
8-4, I got my 7 Baton Rouge. I know what goes down, and what he's saying is definitely true. But I want to talk on the nicer side of integrity. Yeah. There was a brother who came into Atlanta. He was like a sheikh. You guys know what a sheikh is in Dubai? Like they're part of the royal family, very wealthy people. Long story short, he came here to the Fern Bank in Atlanta, and he lost a ring. His ring was very, very valuable to him because it was like 3rd generation that he received and was passed down, and he lost it while he was at the Fern Bank. Someone who found it had the integrity to go give it to the main office, lost and found, whatever the case may have been, and he left his information with it, and this guy went crazy. He went back to the Fern Bank, found out that they had the ring. He came back, he flew back in and met with the guy who found the ring and gave it to the front office. And the guy asked him, man, this ring has so much value to me. What can I give you to show my appreciation for your integrity? He said he wanted a golf club. Like, thinking like a golf club. All right, long story short, the guy goes back to Dubai and said, I'll get in touch with you. He calls this guy back maybe 6 or so months later and said, I got a golf club for you. Flies this dude to Dubai, and he actually built an actual golf club for the dude.
Yo, that's fact.
So, to show integrity, God could have kept the ring. It was a ruby ring. Like 5-6 carat ruby ring. If you guys know about rubies, rubies are worth more than diamonds when you get into that carat size and carat weight. So as a result, the dude got a whole golf club. Now you got a club in Dubai. You can go to, go play golf, do whatever it was. And, I thought that was a great story. I just wanted to share that.
Yeah, that was dope.
All right, let's go number 31.
Peace, Kings.
Peace.
Nah, peace.
Peace.
Yes, man. I served 8 years in the Army, so I come with a little bit of a different energy, right? I was here for the last one, so I'm blessed to be here again for the next one. And hopefully I'll be here for the next one after that. Lead me to faithfulness. Remaining loyal and steadfast. True to the facts or the original. That's all fine and dandy. But faithfulness. Think about that for a second. We talk a lot about spirituality. We talk a lot about the Most High. We talk a lot about being royal, being king. Faithfulness within self. Understanding within self. Knowing and carrying self and such. Every single day that you have an opportunity, every day that you wake up, is a chance that you've been gifted by the Most High once again. Having faithfulness in that prepares you for the day. Moving forward, how you carry yourself in your identity, having faithfulness in that fact allows you to get through every situation that you go through after you wake up every day. You see me wearing what I'm wearing, right? Most of this is mine. One of these things belongs to a friend, and the last one isn't even real. I want you guys to be able to determine between yourselves in your head what you think those things are. And we'll talk about it after the whole show, right? All right? But to end, I have faithfulness in myself in the sense that I know me, where I come from, and the fact that my royalty isn't just in the things that I do and in the things that I say and how I say it. It sounds cool, but my faithfulness is in the understanding of each and every one of you in here. I survived 8 years of a military that isn't designed to help us thrive, at least not most of us. That tells me that my faithfulness in my family and my people is what got me here. Because obviously I'm not there doing this work. So my faithfulness in myself and my identity. I chose to work and carry myself with things that belong to others because my faithfulness in them and vice versa got me to where I am today. My own business, and my faithfulness in my abilities and in my Most High. Having faithfulness in what you do and how you carry yourself every day. One of the biggest challenges you'll face as a young man. I didn't have nobody to tell me this. I had to learn this on my own and make a lot of mistakes throughout the process. I'm 30 now. Grateful to be here. Thank you guys for having me. Faithfulness again.
Number 32, King Canaan.
Compassion. I have a passion. A lot of us have passions. I have a passion for you. I have a passion for our community. Been at this almost 30 years now. I've never stopped. I will never give it up. Compassion says we should have sympathy for others. I believe in empathy, which means I'm putting your shoes on. And for some of us, if we would try our best to put our shoes on, in my business model as an accountant, when I sit down with someone, I literally have to put my feet in their shoes to understand their business model. And if I do that, that means I'm trying to figure out how to make it effective with my talent. If they come to me, I take over it as if it's mine. Same thing I'm doing with ministry and outreach. This is my core. There's so many things we got to learn about life. I wanted to speak on spirituality because that's what I taught my children. But for me, that's it. And I'm not saying religion because that's what this country gave us. It gave us religion. And until we figure that out, we're spiritual people from the African continent. And we have to understand we got to get roots in spirituality because from that everything else flows. Relationships. Number one thing we have problems with is relationships. But if you understand spirituality and you understand the relationship with the Most High, you can have relationships with everyone else because you now have compassion and empathy for those people you love. And that's an issue that we're going to have to continue to work on. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. I love every one of you guys. Every one of you guys. I want you to reach out to me if you have some issues. If you need love. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. We're here to love one another. Love is action. That's right. So game is real. You get up, you do. That's right. That's what we're here for. That's what we're going to always be. PDA all the way.
All right, I was brought up here to do number 33, and only because I think we can all agree that this particular quality cripples us as black men a lot. If you can see number 33 on the word continue sheet, somebody see number 33, say what it is.
Humble.
Whew. How many of y'all know what it means to be humble? How many of y'all really don't know what it means to be humble? It's okay. If you don't know, it's okay, because we've all been set up. We've all been set up to think that it's all about being prideful and pride. It's a whole group of people, it's a whole demographic of people who have committed themselves to this idea of pride. They wear rainbows and stuff. Hey, I'm not here to compete with your pride. We don't know each other's names, but by the time we gotta get out of here, we should all feel some pride in who we are. If we don't know who we are, it's something we're going to have to do in order to have some identity in here. I don't know your name, I don't know where you're from, I heard what you said, but in order for me to appreciate who we are, I have to humble myself. Because where I come from, the people who know me, they think I'm pretty cool. They think I'm pretty nice. A lot of times they think I'm the best at what I do. But if we had to evaluate who's the best in here, what's the criteria? Is it the one who said the most? Is it the one who talked the loudest? Is it the one who we saw doing whatever? If you ever want to be the greatest where you are, the greatest one where you are is the most humble where you are. What does it mean to be humble? When you know that you're the driver, but you understand that there are passengers too. Before there was GPS as a driver, you have to know kind of where you're going, right? And for those of us old enough to know, if you're the driver, you got black passengers. The kids are asking you, "Are we there yet?" And the woman is asking you,
Do you know where you're going? If we're lost, there is a certain quality embedded in your heart that allows you to admit that you're lost. Anybody ever had to admit sometimes that I don't know where I'm going, or I don't know what I'm doing, although I'm in leadership? You might be in leadership, but a lot of times as a leader, you really don't know where you're going. And to have to admit that to the pastor or people, that takes what we call humility. You have to humble yourself and say, I know I'm in charge, but I need a little grace right now. Because I'm going to give you off. I'm going to give you grace. I need you to give me a little grace right now. Humble yourselves. We know you're in charge. We know you're the leader. But as black men, we have to give our leaders a little grace to say, I know you're in charge. Whoever it is, King Jay, if it's Reggie, if it's King, if it's whoever it is. We have to give our kings a little grace. You young kings, when you go to school, you give your teachers a little grace. Give your principals a little grace. If you get pulled over by the police, give the police officer a little grace.
And a super amount of respect.
Because that police officer may have a black wife who's pregnant with his child and who's giving him hell at home. Or he might be a white officer who don't like your black skin, who's expecting you to give them some pride. Because what they want to do is humble you. But let me tell you something about us young kings. If you learn how to humble yourself, you learn in the moment when you're wrong, when you know you're wrong. Don't say, well, I thought what somebody told me, it has nothing to do with somebody told you. It's about being responsible and accountable. Humble that pride and say, dang, I hate being wrong because I'm undefeated. I'm the baddest. But you win more when you say, hey, look, brother, I was wrong. Or, hey, look, sister, we're a little lost. Or, look, brother, I know you're in charge. But the greatest of us in here is the most humble. Who's the most humble one in here? That's a rhetorical question. And that's judged by how far are you willing to go to serve the brothers in here. If that means picking up trash after this is over, putting chairs back, which we do need to do. But seek out ways where we can humble ourselves to each other, to give that warm, affectionate love to these young kings who don't know what it's like to go home to strong brothers and say, hey man, come here, boy. Love them up. Humble ourselves. That's humility. All right? So we got two more. So, my man, you ready, Fox?
I'm like that, man. I got it. Peace, King.
Peace.
Alright, great. Good afternoon now. I'm obedient. Alright, I'm doing obedient. Obedient, I'm going to do two ways. How many young kings in here over 8 years old? How many young kings over 8 years old, right? Alright, right? Alright, put your hand down, right? If, as your age where you are right now, if a 5-year-old came to you and said, yo, I got, they really think they know everything. And at your age, you're like, nah, man, let me help you on something. Right? So you at your age being told by a 5-year-old that the 5-year-old know more than you, right? So the first thing in obedience, is in this earthly realm, is that obedience to your parents. Is that you at your age and you wouldn't let a 5-year-old tell you too much unless you were in true discernment, right? And that's the difference. But your parents, you have to be obedient also, because they walked the walk already. We already done walked the walk. Like, I remember when I was young, and a lot of the older kings in here understand too, when our parents used to be like, we done did all of the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, like, there's nothing new to the parents, y'all. I'm gonna just be for real. So being obedient, that's just something different that allows you to, for one, tune in into your responsibilities. It allows you to tune into your accountabilities too.
is being obedient to those who are helping you. Being obedient to those who are listening to you. Being obedient to those who are listening to you.
That's good.
All right. The second one is obedience to the Spirit. Now, this is something that we grow into as we're human beings. And hold on. Okay. We're spiritual beings living in this human form. So the more that we understand that we can tap into this inner voice, whatever that voice is in y'all head when we're not talking, that's your spirit, dude. And if you can literally attune that more often to higher affirmations, to higher frequencies, you can become more obedient into that sound, and now you can tap into different frequencies when you hear it. Even when you come back into earth, and you be like, all right, like obedience can tell you, like, nah, my obedience telling me not to go that way. Right? My obedience tells me, nah. Because I'm in a spiritual obedience because I'm tapped in. Got you. All right, bet. That's good word.
Yeah,
Last one, resilient. Go ahead.
there's a quick point on obedience, right? So you could be obedient to good, or you could be obedient to bad.
That's right.
What he's talking about is obedience to good, right? So you have to be able to discern the two, right? Because you could have people telling you to do bad things, and you're obedient to that. That's a problem. So you should be thinking about obedience to people in here who are trying to get you on the right path.
That's rich.
I just wanted to offer that level of clarity.
That's rich.
Respect. Okay. Last word. Resilient. Defined as on this list is able to withstand, recover quickly from difficult conditions. Able to recoil or spring back into shape after bending, stretching, or being compressed. Story of a black man. Right? You're going to be bent, you're going to go forward, you're going to go back. The theme is manhood. The M-A-N. We transformed when we come in this environment because we get our mindset elevated.
That's right.
All these words that these incredible kings came through with, whether it was Mr. Commissioner Crosley, whether it was King Dan, King Keenan, any of the kings that contributed. It's your mind. I'm gonna get away with a word. Get off your ass.
All right.
You're accountable. The results that you have in your life are going to be determined by the actions that you take. In the end, no excuses. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes for you to get back here 2 Saturdays from now. Whatever it takes for you to go get another king who needs to be in this environment. Whatever it takes. Athlete, leader, back up. Leader, athlete. You know the first thing a real coach does to a major player? Checks his resiliency. He got to break you. First thing we got to do is break you in order to determine what you built by. That's resilient. It's getting down doing 3 push-ups. Getting back up. Going down doing 3 more. Getting back up. Then realizing you can do 5. Something bigger inside of you. It's in this circle. Make it back to the circle. And regardless of how you be bent, stretched, or compressed, this environment, this energy, this circle of kings will grow you. 3 words. Repeat after me. I
am a king.
You missed it. On your feet, real fast. Come on, Commissioner Crosby gonna yell at me. He gonna yell at me. I can't even look at him because then he gonna grab me in a bear hug. Real quick. I am a king. Who you trying to convince, me or you? That's why I'm telling you, Commissioner Crosby, he gonna get me. Oh, my back. Y'all got my back? I'm right with y'all. I am a king.
Yo, guys, put your hands together for everybody.
Hey.
I just got to add on to the resiliency part because one thing about being a black male in this society, we are a product of resiliency in every way, shape, or form. Whether it came from slavery and all the things that we face all the way up to this point, a lot of people did not make it. A lot of families didn't make it. A lot of our cultures didn't make it, from African cultures that have been eradicated throughout history to some of our even cultures that were born here in the United States that we don't even know about, the issues and all the cultures that we have embedded in our bloodlines and our family and our history. Our parents, product of resiliency. Our mothers who've gone through all types of adversity to even have us here in the first place. We are products of resiliency, so it's on us to make sure that the difficulties we're going to face in this life, which we always do, we have stacked against us every way we turn, whether it's, we talk about criminal history or whatever it may be. It's on us to make sure that no matter what, we succeed, because that's the legacy we come from. We come from resiliency. That is the one word that I could really sit down and think about that really describes our culture, our people, and us as individuals to this day. So that's a perfect word to end on, and I'm my brother that just did that. My brother that just finished it up. Oh, my fault.
I got you, dog. It's cool, bro.
That was fine, man.
I love you, man. I love you, man. Thank you so much, dog.
If y'all don't take nothing else from it, make sure they hit home. So, I just got to end with that. Make sure y'all embody resiliency every day. Don't let anything stop you on your goals, dreams, or whatever it is that you trying to accomplish out here, man. That's all I got to do.
Let's put another hand for all the wise kings and young kings. Appreciate you all taking the time to be here today. Again, we do this every first and third Saturday, 11 to 2. Bring someone with you. We hold you accountable to help spread the word of how great this session is and how much we're learning and building these young kings. We also got really good food, and I can vouch for that. Catering, Silver Spoon Catering, in the back. We'll get to shortly. Before we roll out, I want to share some other resources. Show of hands between the ages of 12 to 24. Who's looking for employment?